Hello traders, welcome to my YouTube channel, my space where I document my journey so far in the foreign exchange market. Today we'll be looking at AUDUSD. Last week we had an analysis on the AUDUSD. AUDUSD Aussie dollar has been in a consolidation phase, and it broke out of that consolidation last week around May 24th. Consolidated again before having a downward move, which ended up being an indecision candle. As of then, when we had this break to the downside, had our Fibonacci on the lower high down to the lower low, the recent low that was created, and I saw that the price recently broke a support which would likely become a resistance, and all we're looking at was price to retest the previous support which became resistance, and we went down to the 4-hour time frame. We had a counter trend line because it gave us a room for a counter trend line like this. Had a counter trend line like this, and you see the 4-hour candle break. At the 4-hour candle break of this counter trend line, we short the market. We short AUDUSD because from the higher time frame it was a sell, and we had a break of the counter trend line where we had a short from the market around here like this. Had a short from around here, like this, from here down to here, which we had about 43 pips in profit before the market wanted to reverse after there was a new job openings that spiked the price back. So when the price spiked up and was coming back, was retracing, that was when I hopped out of the market with a 43 pips profit, just to realize that the market really wanted to go back and retest the previous support properly, tapping into the 0.5 Fibonacci region. If I can draw my Fibonacci from here, from swing high to swing low, we can see that the market tapped into the 0.5 Fibonacci. Fibonacci region around here. So this week you can go back and check our previous video which we did analysis on this last week, and it's exactly what happened. We didn't end the week in a loss, but at least we ended it in a 43 pips profit, because we don't trade anyhow. We only trade when we have significant good moves in the market. Yes, so this week this is what we'll be looking out to. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that we have a downward trend line here like this. Have this downward trend line like this. Yes, I have this downward trend line like this. Have a downward trend line like this, and if we draw our Fibonacci from the recent swing high to the swing low, we can see that on the daily time frame price tapped into the Fibonacci 0.5 and had a rejection around that zone. Yes, had a rejection around that zone. That's where the candle had to wick down here about 50%. So what we'll be looking out to for the next week on Aussie dollar is this. What we'll be looking out for on Aussie dollar is this. We're waiting for the price. Only what I'm interested in this market is sell. I'm only interested in sales in this market. So What I'll be looking up to on Aussie dollar is this. This is what I'll be looking at to on Aussie dollar. It has created this low here already. So what I'm looking out to is for price to spike down a little bit, create another low, tap back into this previous support, which is now a resistance. And once price do this, it will create a room for me to have my counter trend line like this. To create a room for me to have my counter trend line like this. And once this happens, if the market fulfill all these criteria, then I'll be interested in shorting this market. If the market comes down here to create another leg, bounce off this zone, tap into the previous support, which is now a resistance, and breaks this counter trend line with the 4-hour bullish engulfing, breaking this low that the market will create here, then I'll be interested in shorting the market from this point. Down to this blue region like so. My stops will be above the resistance bar. Yes, so as long as this market is yet to fulfill my criteria for shorting this market in the next week, then I won't be interested in this market. So that's what we'll be looking out to on AUDUSD. See, there was a break here and a retest, so we're waiting for another break. If it breaks down here, retest, then breaks this counter trend line, we'll know the market wants to continue back in the previous trend. Then we'll short this market down to the next support from technical point. If we look left, there's a slight resistance around here, but if the market can break down here again, tap into the current resistance bar and break our counter trend line, then we'll show that the market wants to go down. By then I'll be interested in having a sell, but if it doesn't, then I'll be looking on another pair. So let's take another pair, something like so. Something like so. This is what I will be looking out to. It won't take a day to do this, but it will take at least a week or two to fulfill, or this about 300 pips down here. So we shouldn't expect the market to go linear like that. Now we'll move to another pair, that's the GBPUSD. This is the GBPUSD. This is a GBPUSD. GBPUSD made a slight, broke this resistance here, came back to retest it, had a move to the upside and came back to retest it, then came below the previous resistance but couldn't hold below it and had to move up back, had a bullish move to the upside. Yes, so what I'll be looking up to on GBPUSD is this. If you can look very clearly, you see that the market had this left shoulder around here. The market made this left shoulder around here, made the head, and made a right shoulder around here too. So what I'll be looking at on GBPUSD for the week is this. If this level holds here and the market doesn't bounce off this previous resistance that will be now support to break this highs here, then all I'll be looking out for is a sell. And if I go down to the monthly time frame, I will see that the last monthly candle closed the bullish engulfing. Yeah, close with a bullish candle, a bearish candle. Yes, so what I'm looking out on the GBPUSD is this. if the market comes back here to break this resistance. Before that, I'll have a protective helmet, because if I can have a counter trend line from here downside, I'll see that this market created a higher high, created a lower low, and created a lower high, and this is a sign or a characteristic of a downward trend. And that withstanding, we have a head and shoulder formation around here. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And this is what I'll be looking out to on GBPUSD. If it fulfills these criteria by next week, then I'll be going in for a short. I'll take a trend line from here, a counter trend line from around this region up here. Yes, because price is already below the major trend line, which started from around September 2022 up to before it had this slight break around May 19, 2023. So if this price breaks this trend line, this light trend line here, this one that starts from this low to this low created there, if price can break this trend line like so, like this, if this price can break this trend line with a bearish engulfing candle from down here to here, then I'll be ready to short this market. I'll be accept that this is a lower high, this is a higher high, lower low, and a lower high. Fail to break this high, this is a characteristic of a downward trend. So by then I'll be interested in shorting this market from around this region down to this blue region, because if I can take my Fibonacci, from swing high to swing low, you see that price tapped into the 0.6 and 0.5 reason, then created that bullish candle right there. Let me go down to the 4-hour time frame. Created this bullish candle right here. You see, it tapped into that region, then created that bearish candle right there. So by then, at least the price has fulfilled few criteria. One of my criteria created a head and shoulder, tapped into 0.5 and 0.6 Fibonacci region, and is heading to the downside. So the only thing that will get me interested in this market is if price comes here to break this trend line with a bearish candle. By then I'll be interested in shorting this market completely, but right now I'll sit on my hand throughout next week to watch what this price will do around this region. So these are the two pairs I'll be looking out to in the market, looking out to this week in the market. Let me see gold. Gold isn't okay for me yet, ready for me yet. Euro USD, I'm not ready for Euro USD yet. Let me see if we can analyze Euro USD. Simple, if price is able to break this base that has formed here, then we'll short this market. But if it doesn't, then we'll accept this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. I'll be looking for price to tap back into this region before any further thing. These are the pairs I'll be looking out to for the week. Just two pairs, AUDUSD and GBPUSD. These are the pairs we'll be looking out to. Please, if you are new to our channel, hit the subscribe button and toggle notification for more educational content like this. And for those of you that have been on the channel before and keep watching my videos, I thank you very much. Thank you for helping me to track my document my process from the day one up to date. If you find this video confusing, you can go back and watch the previous video and you get everything clear. Thank you very much. You're welcome.